Hi guys, Dan, thanks very much for the introduction, and really the thanks goes for you and the rest of SSDP for putting this together. So yeah, my name is Graham, and I'm proof that if you get involved in drug activism, you'll get a job. Basically, for the past 4 months, I've been working with the Council of Europe in Strasbourg, and I work in the area of international human rights law. So basically, I've been putting together reports, or at least that's what I have been doing, and finding the connection between drug policy and drug control and human rights. So basically, when a government enacts a policy, whether it be, traffic, or whether it be in relation to education, whether it be in relation to crime, anything, they have to take into consideration international law, European Convention on Human Rights. So my job was investigating, well, what rights are violated and what issues arise, human rights related, with drug control. And so I found quite a lot. It was a 45,000 word report. It was only supposed to be a few pages, so it was about 200 pages. And so the violations that I found, and these were direct applications by individuals to the European Court of Human Rights, include the right to life, the prevention of torture, the right to privacy, right to a private and family life, and the prohibition of discrimination, non-discrimination. And so when you take drug policy and you investigate, well, what does it provide for society? Is it necessary in a democratic society? And what are the consequences of it? And if we look comparatively, as Anne-Marie rightly mentioned earlier, in Portugal, where they have decriminalized the possession of all drugs, you have 3 deaths per million every year. In Ireland, where you criminalize drug use, you have 60 deaths per million per year. 360. 360. That's a human rights issue. Right to life, discrimination for treatment, and a number of other issues that I've mentioned. So that's what I'm doing, and I hope that I can continue doing this, and I hope that the people who are involved in SSDP, Dan, Andrea, everyone, can also continue on the path, after their studies and after SSDP, to really continue on and, I suppose bring this issue forward. As Vincent rightly, stated, we really need more people like you guys. So thanks for putting this together. Really big thanks. Now I'm going to introduce Jim Duffy. Jim, we had the pleasure of welcoming Jim last year in Cork for Support Don't Punish. And Jim is part of an organisation called Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. Law Enforcement Against Prohibition was set up by Terry Nelson and Howard Wooldridge in the US. And Howard Wooldridge and Terry, they used to be, I suppose one of them was a DEA agent on the Mexican border, and he gave up when he realized how much corruption and how much bribery and how much devastation they were causing on this border. And so he set it up. And now Jim is part of the UK branch, and I hope Jim can maybe talk about his experiences. And basically, I suppose it's very important from a law enforcement perspective and all perspectives that we get them all together and we analyze each one, and we analyze, well, what is the best policy? Why are we looking for change? And I hope Jim can put this into words from maybe more eloquently than myself. And Jim, welcome to the stage.